Chapter 8 Sir Bors and the Mace-Tailed Menace. Bors swung his sword with a fierce and mighty roar. Crack! Crack! The tree didn't stand a chance. Arr! Bors kicked the tree for good measure. He was frustrated. This was unusual and bothersome. Bors liked to know where he stood. He had no patience for magic and spells. He had no tolerance for boy squires becoming girl squires, or always being girl squires but tricking it. Tricking Sir Bors. Arr! He smote the tree once more. What he needed right now was a good old-fashioned brawl. He needed a terrible lizard. As if in answer, a low bark sounded in the near distance. Bors crashed through the overgrown ferns. Before him stood a four-legged creature, built low to the ground, strong legs, small head, heavily armored back. It hissed at Bors. Oh, you want to have a go, eh? Right. The creature thundered up to him, turned sharply, and whomped Bors with its tail. The end of the tail was shaped like a large, rounded stone. Bors reeled back, but quickly recovered. He admired the tail. A mace man, eh? Fine. Bors reached for his belt. His trusty mace was still there. Bors and the mace-tailed menace squared off. They burst into action at the same moment, bludgeoning and punching, biting and kicking. A tremendous cloud of dust obscured the frenzy of action. Bors swung, but the beast avoided the blow and cracked him again with its tail. Bors pivoted and conked it on the head. The creature grunted, shook its head, and plowed into Bors with its plated skull. Bors took it in the gut and fell backward onto his bottom. He regarded the terrible lizard. The terrible lizard regarded Bors. It snorted. Bors snorted. Bors rose slowly and raised his mace. The creature raised its tail, and then they went at it again. The beast knocked Bors to the ground. It rose up on its hind legs to crash down, but Bors rolled out of the way and grabbed hold of the tail. The terrible lizard swung him to and fro, but could not shake the brave knight. A cacophony of gut-wrenching roars and shrieks rang from beyond the clearing. Both Bors and the mace-tailed menace paused in mid-fight. Trees toppled as 5 vicious, biting, extra-terrible lizards thrashed their way onto the scene. They tore and bit and kicked one another so intently that they didn't even notice Bors and his opponent. The mace-tailed lizard charged into the fracas. Bors watched. He smiled. Wait for me! Huzzah!